it going, guys? Today I've decided to show you how to quit that 9-to-5 job that you hate so much to become a full-time reseller on eBay. And for anybody who's curious, I actually ended up quitting my job over 4 years ago to start reselling full-time. And since then, I've been able to make more money than most of the people I know my age. Plus, I have unlimited free time to go do whatever I want, whenever I want, and that's probably the biggest benefit. So my goal is to teach you guys how to do that exact same thing. Now, I'm going to cover absolutely everything you need to know about selling on eBay, from finding your products to listing them, to pricing them, to actually getting them sold, and also shipping them out. Now, I'm going to kind of show you video games in this video because this is mainly what I sell. Now, I also sell other stuff, so don't worry, because if you guys do sell other stuff, everything I'm going to show you works for absolutely everything. The listing process is the same, the shipping process is the same, everything is the exact same. But obviously, before I reveal my juicy secrets, go ahead and smack that subscribe button and drop a fat like on this video, so hopefully it gets pushed out to more people who want to learn how to start reselling and quit that awful job that they hate. Now, we need to start with step 1, which is sourcing products. Now, obviously, you guys are probably wondering, well, how do I source products? Where do I go? And what do I do? And before I tell you the best place to find those products, I'm going to show you exactly what to do when you get to that said place. So if you have the eBay app on your phone, all you're going to do is go to the top right here on the search bar and click that little camera button. And once you're in that camera button, you can see my camera here, and I'm just going to take a picture of this Need for Speed game. Boom, just like that. And instantly, it's going to load every single listing of that same exact game. And this will also work for any product. So say you find this Xbox controller, take a picture of it and it's going to work. Say you find this protein shaker thing, you know, because you got to get those gains, take a picture of this with the eBay app and it's going to work the same way. It's going to bring up every single one of these listings. Now, you see what people are asking: $10.99 plus $6 shipping. Then we have $7.50, $12.99 plus $4 shipping, but you need to ignore all of this because these are asking prices. They're not sold prices. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the top right here where it says filter. We're going to click that, then we're going to click show more, scroll all the way down to sold items. And then once we click sold items, you're going to see everything that has actually sold. So for example, this game is sold for $15.99 plus free shipping. Then we have a game that sold for $19.49. Well, they took a best offer on it. $14.99, $9.99 plus $6 shipping. So on an average, it sells for $15. So now what you're going to do is take that $15 and minus the eBay fee, which is roughly 13.5% or something like that. And then that's the amount you're actually going to make off this video game. So 15 minus 13.5% is going to be $12.97. Now, obviously, that's with free shipping. So you need to calculate in your shipping costs, which this should cost me about $4.30. So let's take $4.30 away. We are at $8.68 profit. And my rule is I won't buy anything that won't make me more than $5. So I would need to buy this game for $3. And now you're probably wondering, well, where am I going to find games or products for that cheap? And when it comes to sourcing absolutely anything from video games to shaker cups, there's 4 main places you can go. Starting with thrift stores like Goodwill. You guys would be amazed how many things I've been able to find at Goodwill, from DVD to the DVD VCR combo sets that are worth over $100 on eBay, and Goodwill sells them for like 10. You have coffee makers, lemonade makers, video games obviously, DVDs, books, board games. Goodwill's in every thrift store ever. I'm talking any thrift store you can find, you need to go to, because you can make so much money just from a thrift store. So if you want to get started today, my suggestion is get your butt to the nearest thrift store and start scanning stuff just like I showed you. Now, I think everybody already knows this if you want cheap stuff, but the next best place to go to is yard sales. Now, I don't do this that often because I live in a super small town with only about 4,000 people, so there's not that many yard sales around me, but I know big cities have them like every single day. But I will say, the last time I went to a yard sale, I got 3 Pokemon DS games: Pokemon Black version 2, and Pokemon Heart Gold. And if you know anything about those games, they're all worth $100 to $200 a piece. And get this, I paid $2 a piece, dude. The profit margins were insane, and that's why I love yard sales. And then we have one of my next favorite places, and that would be pawn shops. Now, you guys might be thinking, well, pawn shops, aren't those competitive prices? And you would be amazed, but actually even video game consoles are cheaper at pawn shops than they are on eBay for some reason, so you can make profit off them. Video games, every pawn shop I go into, it doesn't matter if it's super old, super expensive video games, they're $2. Every pawn shop, $2, $3 at every single one. So go to your local pawn shop today, and I guarantee you're gonna find a ton of video games, a ton of game consoles. I just dropped that, a ton of absolutely anything else, and be able to make a good profit. And then if you want your most bang for your buck, we have my favorite place, and probably the thing I have used the most over the years to make the most amount of money, and that obviously is Facebook Marketplace. As you can see here, again, I have video games typed in for this, but I remember I bought a cookie cutter off of Facebook. It was one of the like automatic weird thingies. I paid $5 for some lady. I met her at a gas station, sold it the next day on eBay for $73. So if you just go over to Facebook Marketplace here, I have the location set as Nashville, but I don't live in Nashville for all you people trying to find me, you weirdos. Yeah, weirdo. Then you can just go up here to the search bar and type absolutely anything in. Like I said, I have video games here, and if you just scroll through these, you can find a ton of solid deals, dude. I was able to pick up a huge collection of over like 400 video games for $500, and I made almost $1,000 profit off that deal. So definitely check Facebook Marketplace constantly just for anything, especially if you want to sell anything on Facebook. Just hit local and just look, dude. Scan everything. Like, you can take a picture on your phone of these pictures right here if you have a computer or another phone, and it'll tell you the prices of everything. So definitely be sure to check out Facebook. So now you guys found your product. Let's say it's this video game right here, Red Dead Redemption 2 for the Xbox One. An amazing game, by the way. So how do you list it on eBay? How do you start making those fat stacks of cash? And it's actually super easy. What you're gonna do is you're gonna take your phone here, and then you're gonna take a picture of the game. Now, I'm gonna put the pictures up on the screen so you can see what I'm taking, but all I'm gonna do is boom, and then I'm gonna flip it over, boom, and then I'm gonna open it up so that people can see what's on the inside, and boom, that's all I'm gonna do. And as you can see, those 3 pictures are gonna make this game sell super fast. And yes, it's the same concept for absolutely any other product. Just get a picture of each side of whatever the product is. For example, the shaker cup, I take one of this side, this side, this side, this side, and probably the top. So 5 pictures. Video games, 3 pictures. You know, it just kind of depends. A controller, take a picture of the top, take a picture of the bottom, maybe that side, and boom, that's good enough. And now that you have all those pictures, it is time for step 2, which is listing your product. And this part is actually super easy, and again, all you need is your phone. I don't list on their actual website on a computer because it takes way too long and it's way more complicated, trust me. So once you're on the eBay app, you're gonna do the same thing as earlier and click this camera here on the search for anything bar and just take a picture of the thing you're trying to sell. And then again, the listings are gonna pop up. You're gonna go down here, and then you're gonna go to sold items, and once you're on sold items, you're gonna find the price you're gonna wanna list it at. So it's sold for $10.99 plus $5 shipping. So I know on average I could make $15 on this game. So I'm gonna click their listing, and as you can see here, it says sell one like this. So then when I click that, it's gonna automatically add every single detail I need for this game, so I don't have to do it myself. It's already done, and this speeds up the process a ton. Now I'm gonna add my pictures to it, and as you guys can see there, all 3 of my pictures are now added. And then obviously, if you guys want to, you can change up the title a little bit. So I'll put clean disc because I clean every single one of my discs before I ship them out, and I have one of those fancy Eco Pro disc cleaners. If you guys are interested in the video game part of eBay, I would always suggest getting a disc cleaner and start cleaning discs because people will actually pay more money for something that's in good shape. Trust me, it's kind of weird, but they just do. Then the condition would obviously be like, I mean, you could do like new or very good. For this one, I'm just gonna do like new for an example, and see all of the items specifics are already in here because we copied that one guy's listing. Then the description for a video game, or honestly any product, I don't go into this huge description thing. I'll say this item is in good condition, or this item's in great condition, like new condition, works great, whatever. So say it's a coffee maker. This item is in great condition, works perfectly. For this video game, I'm gonna put clean disc, tested and working. Boom. That's all it is for the description. I'm done, and stuff still sells. You don't need this giant description to make sales. And then for pricing, I've never really done an auction. I don't like them too much. Now it will show you, oh, these are what it sold for before, but now that I know I could get $15 out of this, I believe, I'm gonna list it for $15.99. And the reason I always put a 99 is because they did the study where people's more likely to buy your thing if it has a 99 at the end. I don't know why, but it's just a thing. And then you have your shipping, which for me, I always do free shipping on every single one of my listings, but that's up to personal preference, because if you want them to pay for shipping, I mean, that's fine, but you'll make sales way faster if you do free shipping. You might lose $1 or $2, but to me it's worth it because I'm one of those fast nickel people. I just want my money back. I don't care about sitting on it for 2 weeks to make that extra $2. That's just me, and I use USPS Ground Advantage for everything. Now the package details are gonna change when I go to ship this. You can change it after someone buys it. I might be able to show you that later on in the video. And then it says free for buyer. And then the last thing you have to do is scroll to the bottom here and click list your item, and boom, your item is officially listed on eBay. And now that you guys have your item listed on eBay, it's time for step number 3, which is getting your item sold. And you might be wondering, well, isn't that like the easy part, since it's just gonna sit there and someone's gonna buy it? And you would kind of be amazed, but you have to do some work if you want your stuff sold. And all you have to do really is just keep up with the price. Now you guys need to understand, there's a lot of people who post stuff on eBay and get mad, why isn't it selling? Why isn't it my shaker cup that everybody else is selling for $10? Why isn't mine selling for $15? I hate eBay, I can't do this. And that's because you're not being competitive. When it comes to selling things, you constantly have to be competitive with your prices. So all you guys need to do during this is that video game or that product that you listed for $15, if it doesn't sell within a day, I'm talking within a day because I like to sell my stuff the same day, go to that listing and look at other listings. Did someone else post a new one for $14? Did someone else post a new one for $13? If they did, you need to match the price if you want your item sold. Now sure, you can let your item sit for 2 weeks and maybe get the 15, but like I said, I want my fast money, I want my money back, and that's always how I've done stuff. Plus, I don't want my basement filled up with a whole bunch of junk like it kind of is right now. But you guys get what I mean. Most of the games I post, or most of any product I post, I try to have sold within 3 days of posting it. I'm not trying to hold on to anything. Okay, so let's say you waited today and your item actually sold. So what do you do now? It's time for step number 4, which is shipping your item. And this part is honestly super easy. As you guys can see right here, I've sold 2 video games that I have to ship by Tuesday, May 28th. And now real quick common knowledge here, you're gonna need a printer. You can either get a regular one or a label printer like I have right here. It's called a Rollo printer. That's what I use, but I also have a normal printer. You can use whatever you want. I know a normal printer is like $30 at Walmart. The Rollo label thing you really don't need. I have it because I do Amazon, but it's like $200. So I wouldn't suggest it if you're just doing eBay. And then all you're gonna wanna do is click on that sold item. Now obviously I couldn't show you that part because it shows the buyer's address and all that type of stuff. But as you can see here, it says package size, UPS Ground Advantage, what type of shipping you want to use. The buyer selected USPS because that's what I had it set as. But for example, your weight, you can just click edit, then edit the weight of the package. Now I also have a scale, so you will need a scale if you want to do eBay. They're like $10 on Amazon or something. And then you just need any type of packaging. So go to a Dollar Tree, go to Walmart, get whatever. Now obviously, this is kind of humongous for a video game like this, but this is the only package I have on hand right now. I need to go get another one. But let's say you have something this big, you could really just fold it over like this, and then boom. And then all you're gonna do is measure your length, you're gonna measure your width, and then you're gonna measure the height, which the height would be 1 inch because, you know, it's so skinny. But it's just as easy as that, and then all you're gonna do is insert that information on your phone. I will say though, this part you could do on your computer. It's kind of the same process. Like I said, I use a label printer, so I have to do this part on my computer, but it's all the same exact thing. Then you'll scroll down to shipping service, which is USPS. It's gonna tell you the price, which that price will change obviously on the dimensions and weight of this. And then once you scroll down, it's gonna say printable, the label format, 4 by 6 inches. That's for my label printer. If you have a normal printer, it's probably gonna be like 8 by 11 or whatever, because that's the size of a normal piece of paper. And then it's gonna tell you how much it costs and what you wanna pay with. Always pay with your funds, because that's like what they paid you, and then you're gonna use the money they paid you to pay for the shipping label. And then once you purchase that shipping label, obviously it's gonna download it to your phone or computer or whatever. You're gonna print it out and slap that sucker right here, and then you're gonna take this package to the post office or UPS store or FedEx or wherever you had your shipping set up. And then once you drop this package off, you are completely done, and you just completed your first ever sell on eBay. And now all you have to do is wait for that money to come in. It's honestly much easier than you guys might think to sell things on eBay. It's a piece of cake. And if you really need to dive deep into like business information or really how to set up the account, which I think is self-explanatory, that's why I didn't really add it in to this video. There's other videos on how to do that if you really need a step-by-step guide. But I feel like if you need that, maybe you shouldn't be selling on eBay, because that's the easiest part ever. But hey, you know, I don't know. And remember guys, making a full-time living on eBay is actually possible. Making $5,000 to $10,000 profit a month isn't that hard, especially if you start learning and knowing what to buy. For example, the video games, like I know the expensive ones. I know what I should send in. Phones are a really good thing to start with. I actually started with phones. I'd buy them on Facebook and sell them on eBay and make a really good amount of profit. Now, eventually it just gets into the number games. How much can you buy? How much can you list? And if I keep listing more, how much money am I going to keep making? Obviously, the more you list, the more you sell, the more money you're going to make. So it kind of just turns into that. How much time do you want to put into it to make that amount of money? Think of it in your head. Okay, I'm going to work at my job 40 hours a week. If I give eBay 40 hours a week, how much more money am I going to make on eBay versus my job? And I guarantee, unless you're making like $300,000 a year, you're going to make a lot on eBay if you invest 40 hours, dude. Just source 6 days out of the week, and on that 7th day, that's when you list. I guarantee you will be listing $5,000 to $6,000 profit by that 7th day. Okay, and then once all that sells, do it again, and you're just gonna keep building it up. But I really hope this video helped you guys out. I tried to show you everything from the sourcing to the listing to the shipping, so I could cover it all for you guys. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments. I'll try to answer everybody's questions. Drop a fat like if it did help, because obviously we want to get this pushed out there. We want to teach people how to make those fat stacks of cash. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Deuces.